Yes. So, good morning, student. So, in my last lecture, I have covered different asymptotic notations and how they are useful to determine the time complexity of algorithms. So, in this lecture, we will go through the concept of recurrence and what are the different methods to solve any recurrence. So, here I shall be quickly starting with what is recurrence. Then I shall discuss different methods like substitution method, iteration method, recursion tree method and master method to solve a recurrence. Okay, so let me start with what is a recurrence. So a recurrence is a function, we can say. A recurrence is a function which can be expressed in terms of the function itself but with smaller input. For example, if we are writing fx equal to let's say 2 into fx minus 1, then it is a recurrence because the function fx is expressed in terms of itself, but the input in the RHS, it is lesser than the input on the LHS, because in the LHS we are having fx and in the RHS we are having fx minus 1. Okay, so any function which can be expressed in terms of itself but with smaller input are termed as recurrence. So I'll start with a very simple example. Let's say, for example, to find factorial of any positive integer. So already we know n factorial is equal to 1 into 2 into 3 up to n. So now I can just write like that, n factorial equal to 1 into 2 into 3 up to n minus 1 into n. So 1 into 2 into 3 up to n minus 1 is n minus 1 factorial into n. So if fn is a function which determine the factorial of any integer n, then we can write fn is equal to n into fn minus 1, or we can say n factorial is equal to n into n minus 1 factorial. So similarly, to obtain the power x power y, we can write the recurrence like that, let's say p x comma y represent x power y. So we can write p x comma y is equal to x into p x comma y minus 1, because x power y can be represented as x power 1 into x power y minus 1. So yes, that is equivalent to x power y. So now in this chapter we will just see how to write a recurrence equation, or how to write a recurrence relation for a given algorithm, and we will see then how to solve those recurrences, right? So clearly this is a recurrence for finding factorial of any positive integer. So factorial of 0 is 1, and if x is greater than or equal to 1, then factorial of x will be x into factorial of x minus 1. And similarly, this is the recurrence which represent the worst case running time of merge sort. Okay. So we'll see all these things later on as our course progress, right? And one thing you mark, while solving any kind of recurrence, we can ignore these things, like we can ignore the floor function, we can ignore the ceiling function, etc. Okay, so this is all about recurrence. So recurrence are some kind of function which can be expressed in terms of themselves but with some smaller inputs, right? So now these are the different methods to solve a recurrence. So the first method is substitution. So next I will quickly go through the iterative method to solve a recurrence, then recursion tree method, then finally I will go through master method, right? So let me start with what is the substitution method and how this is how this actually works to solve a recurrence, right? So in this method of solving any recurrence, what we do initially, we take the recurrence and we just try to guess the solution of the recurrence. Okay, then we try to claim that our guessed solution is correct using the principle of mathematical induction. Okay, so I think this method, it is useful for the people who are quite expert or who knows the time complexity of algorithm or the solution of the algorithm well before. Okay, so actually to solve or to prove that a particular kind of recurrence has this time complexity, we can just apply other three methods like iterative method, recursion tree method, or master formula method to guess the solution. So once we are guessing the solution using this method, then we can claim that that solution is correct by applying that substitution method by using principle of mathematical induction, right? Yes. So that Tn is equal to 2t n by 2 floor function. So we can ignore this as I have already told you, right? So 2t n by 2 plus n. We have to prove that the solution of this recurrence is order of n log n using substitution method, right? So here it is already we have to prove that it is given in the question that the solution of this algorithm must be n log n. So obviously let us guess that the solution is n log n. So we can write Tn is equal to order of n log n, right? So now applying the definition of Vigo notation, if Fn is Vigo Gn, then we can write Fn is always less than or equal to C into Gn. So here also you can write Tn is less than or equal to C into Gn means n log n. So the Tn is less than or equal to Cn into log n, right? So for some suitable value of C, right? So now if this is the case, then if we are taking some other values of n, like if we are placing in place of n, we are placing n by 2, floor of n by 2. So it will be t floor of n by 2 equal to is less than equal to c into floor of n by 2 into log floor of n by 2. So here, so you just mark this equation as equation 1 and mark this equation as equation 2. Right, so this was my assumption. Based upon this assumption, I am getting this again from this. Just changing the value of n, I am again getting this. Okay. So finally, we have to prove that Tn is order of n log n, right? So now t n by 2 less than equal to c into n by 2 log n by 2. Okay. So you can just take our original recurrence. So Tn is equal to 2t n by 2 plus n. So in place of t n by 2, we can just put this value. Okay. So Tn equal to 2 into t n by 2 plus, we will write this 2 t by 2 means this value plus n, right? So now we can just ignore this floor function. So it will be Cn log n by 2 and it will be just n, right? 2 will cancel out, so it will be just Cn log n by 2 after ignoring this floor, right? And plus n. So now log a by b is log a minus log b, so it will be Cn log n minus Cn log 2 plus n, right? So now the value of log 2 is 1. So it will be Cn log n. Here we are having n, here also we are having n. So it will be taking minus n common. Here it will have c, and here we will have minus 1, right? Because log 2 value is 1, right? So now if x and y are positive integer, then we can say x minus y is always less than equal to x, right? So you can say this particular thing is always less than or equal to Cn log n, right? Like that case, x minus y always less than or equal to x for all positive x and y, right? So now clearly Tn is less than or equal to Cn log n. So yes, as per definition of Vigo notation, we can claim that Tn is big O n log n, right? So now how to find the value of that C, parameter C, right? So now if we'll take the basis of the induction, Tn will be what? 1, right? Tn will be what? 1, yes, and this is the LHS and this is the RHS, and the RHS part will be C into n log n. So 1 into log 1, log 1 will be 0, so it's what? 0. So clearly I think there is some mistake, yes. So RHS part, it will be what? Wait just a second. Yes, right, okay, fine, it's fine actually, sorry. So the RHS part is 0 because LHS is Tn and RHS is Cn log n. So LHS is T1 equal to 1 and RHS is Cn log n, right? So 1 less than equal to 0. So this does not hold true actually, because 1 is not less than equal to 0. So we cannot start from n equal to 1. So let us move to n equal to 2. So for n equal to 2, T2 will be 2T1 by 2. 2T 2 by 2 means it will be 1. So 2T1 plus 2. T1 value is already given 1. So 2 plus 2 it will be 4. And RHS will be Cn log n. So C into 2 into log 2 is 1. So 2C. So 4 should be less than equal to 2C, or you can say C greater than equal to 2. So you can say the above recurrence holds true, or the Tn is equal to order of n log n for all n greater than equal to 2 and for C equal to 2. Okay. So now how to make good guesses, right? So guesses can be made, I have already told you, using other methods, like we can use iterative method, we can use recursion tree method, or we can use master formula method. But the best method to guess a solution is to use that recursion tree method. Okay. So now this is one more example to solve this recurrence using substitution method. So you just go through it. Okay. So any doubt, you just comment your doubt in my Google Classroom, right? So the next method is what? Iterative method. So in this iterative method, what we do, given a recurrence, we just keep on expanding the recurrence till the fundamental value of n is reached. Okay, or till the fundamental size of the problem is reached. Then we just try to solve the recurrence by using some kind of mathematical formula, right? Okay, so just these are two very simple examples I have given. Tn is equal to 1 for n equal to 1, and Tn is equal to T n by 2 plus 1 if n is greater than 1. So you have to solve this. So okay, so Tn is equal to T n by 2 plus 1, right? So yes. So now if Tn is equal to this, then T n by 2 will be what? T n by 2 by 2 means n by 2 square plus 1. So in place of this T n by 2, I can write this one. Right. So similarly, in place of this, I can write again by 2 means it will be 2q. So T n by 2q plus 1, this. So now let us keep on expanding for k times. So after kth iteration, it will be like this: T n by 2 power k plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. How many times? K times. Right. So it will be T n by 2 power k plus k. Right. So now let us assume that the value of this n by 2 power k is 1 after kth iteration. Okay. Or you can say after kth iteration, this turns out to be 1. So n by 2 power k is equal to 1 implies we can say n equal to 2 power k or you can say k equal to log n base 2. Okay, so Tn will be what? This is Tn will be what? T1, because the value of this particular thing is 1 as per assumption. So T1 plus k. So T1 plus k value is log n base 2, and already given T1 is equal to 1. So 1 plus log n base 2. So out of this constant and log n, I think log n base 2 is asymptotically higher than any constant value. So this Tn is order of log n base 2. Right. So now next question is we have to solve this using iterative method. Right. So Tn is equal to 3t n by 4 plus n. Now in place of this t n by 4, right, so we are just writing Tn equal to 3t n by 4 plus n, then we are just applying that commutative rule, and we are just writing that n term first, then followed by this term. Okay, so now if Tn is equal to this, then in place of Tn by 4, we can write like this. If Tn is n plus 3tn by 4, then Tn by 4 will be n by 4 plus 3t n by 4 square. Right. So now after multiplying, it will be 3n by 4 plus 3 square t n by 4 square. So similarly, again expanding this, in place of t n by 4 square, we can write n by 4 square, because t is equal to n plus 3t n by 4. So n by 4 square plus 3t n by 4 square by 4, so it will be 4q. So it will be n plus 3n by 4 plus 3 square n by 4 square plus 3 square, like that. Right. So now if we will keep on expanding this series up to kth iteration. So after kth iteration, so this is the scenario after what? After third iteration, I think. Yes, after third iteration. So after kth iteration, it will be n plus 3n by 4 plus 3 square n by 4 square plus 3q n by 4 q dot dot dot, and the last term will be what? 3 power k t n by 4 power k. So now let us assume that these things happens to be 1 after kth iteration. So the t1 occurs after kth iteration. So this particular thing will be 1. Right. So now same thing can be written mathematically like this. That is summation 3 by 4 power I into n. I varies from 0 to k minus 1. The previous term, it will be 3 power k minus 1. Right. Yes. Okay. So here there is actually silly printing mistake. So it will be actually 3q into n by 4q. So you just go through my PDF lecture material. There I have corrected. So you just go through there. It will be easy to understand. Right. So right. So this is the thing. Summation 3 by 4 power I into n plus 3 power k into t n by 4 power k. So now taking this as 1, n will be what? 4 power k, and k equal to log n base 4. Right. So you can write Tn equal to this thing, and 3 power, in place of k we can write log n base 4 into T1, because we are assuming that this thing is 1 after kth iteration. Right. Okay. So now one thing more, you can easily infer that 1 plus x square plus x cube up to x power n is always less than 1 plus x square plus x power 3 up to infinite. So if the upper limit I am taking that as infinite, then this particular thing will be always less than this upper limit value. So I can say this whole thing, it is always less than summation 3 by 4 power I n. I varies from 0 to infinite. That's right. So now this is nothing but this is an infinite GP sequence, geometric progression sequence, and we know the sum of two infinite terms in a GP is a by 1 minus r, where a is the first term of the GP and r is the common ratio. Right. So here the first term is what? The first term is what? N. Right. And the common ratio is what? 3 by 4. So we can write The first term is n means n by 1 minus r means 3 by 4. So it will be 4n. And here actually I am applying a logarithmic property. We can just interchange this n and 3. So it will be n power log 3 base 4. So now the value of this log 3 base 4, it is always less than 1. So 4n plus n power something which is less than 1 means the value, this whole value is always less than this. So asymptotically this is higher than this. So this will be order of n. Okay. So this is how we solve a recurrence using that iteration method. So now the next useful method is recursion tree. Okay. So we solve any kind of recurrence using this recursion tree method as follows. So what we do here, we just take the recurrence and try to draw the recursion tree for the given recurrence by continuously expanding the recurrence, like in case of iterative method. Okay. Then we just try to find the cost involved at each level of the tree. Okay. So we sum all the cost at a particular level, that is known as also what, per level cost. Then finally the total time complexity or the final solution can be computed by summing all the per level cost. Right. So I shall go through an example, it will be easier. Right. So let's say this is a recurrence. So how to solve this using recursion tree method. Okay. So actually Tn is equal to this means I am dividing this Tn into 3 sub problems, and each sub problems are Tn by 4, Tn by 4, Tn by 4 time. Each sub problem are taking how much time? Tn by 4, Tn by 4, Tn by 4. Okay. So using recursion tree method, this can be represented like this. So it will just take what time? Theta n square means some constant into n square. So Cn square. Further it will be divided into the sub problem, Tn by 4, Tn by 4, Tn by 4, because it is 3 Tn by 4, right? So you just write the constant at the root. Then how many sub problem? 3 sub problems. So you make 3 child, Tn by 4, Tn by 4. So similarly, again this thing can be expanded. So this is the scenario after first expansion of this recurrence. N square having 3 children, Tn by 4, Tn by 4, Tn by 4, right? So now again after second expansion, this thing will be again divided into 3 branches. This will be divided into 3 branches. This will be again divided into 3 branches. So in place of this n by 4, I can write C n square. So in place of n square, I will write n by 4 square. So C n by 4 square. Again that problem will be divided into 3 more sub problem, but size will be n by 4. But in this case the size is n by 4. So it will be n by 4 by 4, which is n by 16, or we can say n by 4 square. So similarly. Okay. So this is the scenario after what? Second expansion. So we will assume a tree after kth expansion, how it will look like. Okay. Okay. So this is the case after kth expansion, and we are assuming that after kth expansion we are getting the final leaf node as 1. Okay. Or we can say the last thing, this will be what? N by 4 power k. N by 4 power. So in the after first iteration it was n by 4, means n by 4 power 1. After second iteration it was n by 4 square. After third iteration it will be n by 64, means n by 4 cube. So after kth iteration, obviously this 1 means this will be what? N by 4 power k. So obviously n by 4 power k is equal to 1. So we can say n equal to 4 power k implies k equal to log n base 4. Okay. So now if we will take this first level, the total cost in the first level is Cn square. The cost in the second level is Cn square by 16. How many times? 3 times. So 3 by 16 Cn square. Then again in this case 3 by 16 yes, n square by 16 square. Cn square by 16 square. How many times? 9 times. 9 means 3 square. So we can write 3 by 16 whole square Cn square. Right. So similarly, in the last iteration, right, we can write it is theta of n power what it will be, yes, theta of n power log 3 base 4. Okay, because we are having these items, this was number of items, right? So let us sum all these things to solve the recurrence or to find the final solution. So it will be cn square plus 3 by 16 cn square up to last. Okay, so this is the expression, right? So using summation notation we can write like this, plus c into thing. So similar to my earlier example, I can also write like this: Tn less than equal to the sum up to infinite terms. So applying that GP formula, summation up to infinite term, it will be Cn square by 1 minus r, means 1 by 3 by 16. So it will be 16 by 13 Cn square, and the value of log 3 base 4, it is less than 1, right? So we can say it is having, n is having power 2 here, but here n is having power less than 1. So obviously out of these two terms, this first term is asymptotically higher than the second. So this will be order of n square. So Tn is equal to order of n square. So this is how we solve any recurrence using recursion tree method. So let me tell you once again, given any recurrence, you just try to draw a corresponding recursion tree for that. Then you try to evaluate the cost involved at each level. Those are termed as per level cost. Then finally you can obtain the solution by summing all the per level cost, right? So we are doing like that. Okay, so similarly I have given more examples. You can just go through them. So here I am dividing Tn into two sub-problem. First sub-problem is taking the time Tn by 3, second is taking the time. So I can have the root as Cn, and that Cn can be expanded like what? Tn by 3, then to T 2n by 3. Again subsequently this thing will be again expanded, this thing will be again expanded. So this is what I am doing here, and here also I am evaluating the per level cost Cn, Cn, Cn. So how many Cn? Interesting. So here in all the levels we are having the cost Cn. So how many Cn? So k Cn. K times, because I am assuming after kth iteration I am getting fundamental problem. So k Cn. So and the value of k is here what? Log n. So it will be k n log n, right? So which is order of n log n. So you just go through this example, right? Very interesting. Similarly we are having one more example. Yes, there is again printing mistake. So it will be n square. This will be what? N square, not n2. So n square will be expanded into two part again, Tn by 2, Tn by 2, like this. Okay, so again you also see this example. Better you just go through my PDF material I have supplied to you in my Google Classroom, right? Okay, so now I am going to discuss the final method to solve any kind of recurrence of this form particularly, right? And this method is very useful and very handy because it's like a cookbook method for solving any kind of recurrence. So we are having a ready-made method to solve any kind of recurrence of this form using this master method. Okay, so master method is applicable for this kind of recurrence only. Means the recurrence which takes this form, Tn is equal to a t n by 2 n by b plus fn, where a value is greater than or equal to 1, but b value is always greater than 1. This cannot be 1 even, right? And this fn is a asymptotically positive function. It is always a asymptotically positive function, right? So for this kind of problem our master method is applicable, right? So there are three methods, or there are three cases for this master method. Okay, so now here if we want to solve this recurrence of this form, so out of these two terms, this particular term may be either asymptotically higher than this. So if this happen, then the time complexity will be this portion, and if this part is asymptotically higher than this, then this one will be higher than this. And third case is if both are same, then how to find them, right? Okay, so here also I have given the proof. Okay, it is not for your examination, but very useful. You can just go through it. I have applied that method, iterative method, to solve this recurrence, right? Okay, so let me tell you how to find the solution of this kind of recurrence. So out of these two, right, either this one will be higher or this one will be higher, or both will be equal. So for three different cases we will have three different solutions. Okay, so let us take the first case. So just remember, a t n by b, second is fn, right? So in the first case we are assuming that fn is smaller than the first term. Okay, and we are just calculating a value here, n power log a base b. That is for first term. So if fn is small, then the first term, that is n power log a base b, dominate this fn. So the time complexity will be Tn will be the first term n power log a base b, right? And this particular value you can just find by applying that iterative method, because after first iteration you are having n by b, after second you will have what, n by b square, n by b q, and after kth iteration you will have n by b power k, and that is going to be 1. So make that 1, then you solve for k, you will be getting this thing, right? So now the next case 3 says that fn is larger than the first, so it will be obviously fn is equal to theta of fn, and case 2 is this formula, when both are equal. Okay, so given any question and you are to solve that problem using this master method, so do one thing, try to note this fn, then try to find the value of n power log a base b, n power log a base b, and just compare the value of fn with n power log a base b. So fn is larger, this is going to be the solution. N power log a base b is larger, that is going to be the solution. And if both are equal, then this will be the solution, fn log n base 2, right? So I'll take an example. So Tn is equal to this. So in this case a equal to 9, b is equal to 3, fn is equal to n, right? So n power log a base b, it will be log 9 base 3, it is n square. Here it is n. So obviously n power log a base b is higher than n, because n square is higher than n. So we can say fn will be n power log a base b. So fn will be, or here the time complexity Tn will be what? Theta of n power log a base b means theta of n square. So similarly for this question, you have to represent this in that form, a t n by b. So here you cannot say b is 3 and a is 2. So a is here 1 and b is 3 by 2, because we can write like that, n by 3 by 2, that is equivalent to 2n by 3. Okay. So here a equal to 1, b equal to 3 by 2, and fn is what? A constant 1. Okay. Printing mistake, it will be what? 1, right? So n power log a base b will be n power 0 equal to 1. So clearly fn is equal to what? N power log a base b. So we have to apply the middle case. So Tn will be theta of theta of right, you see, just the second case, yes, theta of n power log a base b log n base 2. So n power log 1 base 3 by 2 into log n base 2. So this log 1 value is 0, so n power 0 is 1, so it will be theta of log. So let us take one more example. So here clearly the value of a is 3 and b is 4. So we can write n power log 3 base 4, and this value will be less than what? Less than 1. So it will be n power something around 0.793, and this particular value, it is higher than this one. Okay, so we will say Tn is equal to theta of Fn means theta of. So you just go through all this calculation and go in depth of the formula I have written with all conditions, everything, right? Few examples to solve using master method. You also check this exception formula, exception to the master formula. Okay, you can follow the things quite easy. Okay. Right. And I think this thing I have covered in my first lecture. What are the different algorithm design techniques like divide and conquer, greedy techniques, dynamic programming, branch and bound, randomized algorithm, backtracking algorithm, right? So in my subsequent lectures I shall be deeply going through all these algorithm techniques. For example, I shall be discussing algorithm based upon divide and conquer approach. For example, I shall be discussing Morse sort algorithm, quick sort algorithm, binary search algorithm, and after writing the algorithm, I'll just analyze the algorithm by writing some suitable recurrence for the algorithm, and I'll just solve the recurrence for best case solution, for average case solution, and for worst case solution. And similarly for greedy techniques, I shall be discussing many algorithms like knapsack problem, fractional knapsack problem, and that Huffman compression code algorithm, and right. And similarly for dynamic programming, I shall be going through matrician multiplication. All these things we'll see in detail. Okay, so next class I shall start with this divide and conquer approach. Okay, so thank you everyone. So already I have created that Google Classroom, and I have shared my classroom ID for two separate classroom like discrete structure and design algorithm analysis in your WhatsApp. So you just join there. So there I shall be posting all these videos with all my PDFs, and I shall be sharing few test questions on regular basis. So just try to solve them before the deadline and just check your score. So any kind of problem, anything, you just comment them in that Google Classroom portal, right? So thank you all.